Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. How's your week going so far? Let us know in the chat. Feel free to say hello, good morning. I see a couple of you guys in there already. Jackie says greetings. Violet, good morning. Hello, Tam and Nicole. Jackie. Jackie, I felt your pressure. Jackie says, wow, speedy today, Missy. I got here right on time. Hello, Amanda from Maryland. Happy Friday, Athena. Another Jackie. Good morning. Good afternoon, Mimi. Hi, Patty and Becky. Joe, happy Good Friday. That's right. It's that Easter thing this weekend. Tasha, happy Easter weekend. Can't wait to see what eggs you have for us. Oh, I mean, we're talking about the whole month of April today. Lucy, good afternoon here. But hi to all. Strange week for me. Interesting. Christine, good morning. Hello, Teresa. Jojo says, been a bumpy one and loving this beautiful morning. Cool. I'm really excited about April. I've been really excited about April since January. Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm like really excited to go today to just talk, but I like to leave a few minutes for people to straggle in. Jackie says, no pressure. I know, no pressure. I take everything you say half to heart, half with a grain of salt. Fiona, hello, Jackie and dear friends. Feeling particularly excited today. That makes two of us. Hello, Melinda. Violet's heading to Pennsylvania this weekend to celebrate your grandbaby's 2nd birthday. Awesome. I hope you have fun there. That sounds lovely. Joe, April's your birthday month. Mine too. Good morning, Mimi. April also. Lucy, too. Yeah. Oh, is this the Lucy that shares my birthday? It's really hard to tell with the pictures. Happy Friday, Christine. Oh, April's also excited about April. So you're excited about yourself? Good morning, Mary. The pelicans are back. I wonder what the metaphysical meaning of pelicans are. I feel like that's holding a lot of emotion, right? Pelicans like swoop down into the water and they hold a bunch of water in their mouth. Sami, birthday month in April. Tara's the 22nd. Nancy, April 19th is your birthday. That's right, Lucy, we share April 27th. Cool. What is coming in April? Whatever you want. And we'll talk about that. I have a lot to get through today, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. I don't want you to feel like you have to keep up word for word with everything that I'm going to talk about today. I have 14 unique aspects that I want to talk about throughout the month of April. So thinking April has 30 days and there's like 14 hot events. It's a big month. It's a big month. So today, my intention is just to give you guys dates and degrees if you want to look at your own natal chart. And then just to give you a few, I really tried to limit myself on some like keywords, but I love investigating. I love going deep into what these events are. So I tried really hard to limit myself so I don't overwhelm you guys. But we're going to talk about 14 different aspects throughout April, which in numerology, you always deduce the number, reduce it down, right? So 1 + 4 is 5. If you guys know anything about numerology, about tarot, 5 is the number of change. It's the turning point between 1 and 10. It's the midway point. It can be temporary setbacks, but like that's what you need to shift into things being lighter. And for those of you who have been with me for some time, I've talked about my 2024 tarot spread, how I pulled 1 card per month, and January, February, March were a little bit more difficult months, and I knew that coming in, but then literally April through December, every single month is wonderful. Every single month was like a beautiful card, so I'm very excited for April. Tam, wow. Melinda, is the recording working today or should I record this one? It appears to be working. I just double checked it. I have switched the software that I used to record this, but you know, it's never a bad idea. The The universe has its own intentions sometimes. Where do you recommend we get a birth chart? Amanda, I really like using astro.com, A-S-T-R-O, astro.com. Simple, you just put in your birth date. If you know your birth time, then you can find the house placements of your chart, which gives you a lot of information. But when it comes to birth time, if you don't know for sure, like within 15 minutes, I wouldn't guess, because you can set yourself up to think that you're one person when you're really another one. They're very, very touchy. This is Darla, if you guys haven't met Darla. She's the black dog on the couch. Gemma is the dog that ran out a second ago. 555 on the timer. And then Piston is over in the corner. Becca, hi, can it include 2 + 3 as my birth date is 23, and I'm loving the constant changes on my birthday? 100%. Good morning, Jennifer. Patty says the pelican unselfishness will what? Unselfishness will new you. Give what you can to others. You will not be overcome by the current situation. I like that. There's an Animal Speak pocket guide. That book changed my life. I reference it all the time, but you know, when I see a crow, I don't want to read 3 full pages of what crow energy is. Becky, which chart? So you're going to go to charts and calculations, and then the first one, I can't remember what it's titled. Let me just open it up. Charts and calculations, and then chart drawing ascendant. And then it'll have you add in your birth information. Okay. 14 aspects that we're going to talk about today. And I'm just going to go chronological order. So what I recommend you guys take away from today are the dates, maybe what's happening, if astrology kind of vibes, and then just the general sense of the energy. So, Christine, that book is called Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. All right, so starting off April, on April 1st, we have Mercury retrograde, ushering us into April. Mercury begins his retrograde at 27 degrees of Aries, and he will be retrograde until April 25th, and he'll make his way back to 15 degrees of Aries. So if you want to find where that little chunk is on your chart, that can help you get an idea for what Mercury is going to be reviewing. If that's over your head, toss it aside today. Oh, another thing I'm going to offer you guys is the date that I have an insight timer session to discuss these events more in detail. So on April 1st, I'll be here talking about Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a time of mental review, pausing, taking stock before moving forward. Melinda, we're talking about 15 degrees of Aries to 27 degrees of Aries. That's where Mercury retrograde will be. So since this is starting on Monday, I would recommend taking care of any scheduling or date planning this weekend if possible. And throughout Mercury retrograde, just be sure to double check some details. Be sure to double check the time, your travel time. Do I have the appointment time right? Do I have the location right? Are the numbers on the address exactly what I thought they were? You don't need to be paranoid about that kind of stuff, but it's a good idea to double check because our mind is in retrospect. Our mind is kind of moving backwards during Mercury retrograde. So honestly, throughout the whole month of April, as we go through all these changes, it's almost like a review for our mental state. Then, on Wednesday, April 3rd, another day, I'll be here on Insight Timer on April 3rd to talk about Venus and Neptune coming together at 28 degrees of Pisces. I am going to move fast today, guys, just know that. But we're going to come back and talk about each of these on a specific day. So Venus represents our values. Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, represents surrender. So 2 days after Mercury stations retrograde, we have this conjunction of learning how to value surrender in the sign of surrender. So even though we will be in Aries season, we are in Aries season, we still have 4 planets that are in Pisces, 1 sign prior. So this Venus-Neptune conjunction may make us aware of the value behind finally letting something go once and for all. And this aspect can be linked to the lunar eclipse that we just had on Monday, the 25th of March. And I talked about how this lunar eclipse that just happened, it's time to let go of a pattern of behavior that you thought was serving your relationships with others. So this Venus-Neptune conjunction might take that surrender to the next level. That feeling of, oh, that's why that's not good for me. That's why I want to let this go. Venus also represents our resources. So this time in early April can be pulling you to utilize surrender as a resource. If my desire is XYZ and I let go of ABC, then I'll have more space to call in what I desire. That might just sit a little bit deeper in your energy. Then on Friday, April 5th, which is the day I'll be here on Insight Timer, Friday, April 5th, Venus enters Aries. So she just had her conjunction with Neptune, valuing surrender. Now that we've cleared ourselves out, Venus begins to realize the value of the self. Venus, value Aries self. Venus will be in Aries until April 29th, and she wants to show you how to utilize your unique personality as a resource. Venus in Aries is really good at helping us feel special. Venus in Aries wants us to feel like a unique individual. Perhaps it is what you let go of that helps you see more of who you are and what you're capable of without having to rely on others, without having to check in with others, without having to worry about how your actions are impacting others. So long as we're acting from our highest intentions, right? That brings us to the next event, which is on Monday, April 8th, which is the same day I'll be on Insight Timer, talking about the new moon solar eclipse. This is a big one. So April's new moon solar eclipse happens at 19 degrees of Aries, and this is happening conjunct Chiron. This is a giant eclipse that a lot of astrologers and conspiracy researchers have been talking about for quite a while. The eclipse is exact at 1:21 p.m. Central Time, so adjust for your time zone. And at this eclipse, we have the sun, the moon, and Chiron all together at 19 degrees of Aries. This is happening less than a month after the Chiron North Node conjunction at 16 degrees of Aries. So, new moon solar eclipses are integral catalyst points that bring you into the next version of yourself. They open the door for monumental opportunities to appear. And at this eclipse, happening precisely with Chiron, the wounded healer, this new moon solar eclipse looks like a lovely new beginning that's coming because you've been healing yourself, because you've been practicing self-love and acceptance. So on Monday the 8th, I'll go much more into detail about that. That's just the highlight of what I believe this solar eclipse is going to be about. Then that Wednesday, April 10th, the same day I'll be on Insight Timer, we have Mars and Saturn meeting up together at 14 degrees of Pisces. And when I saw this conjunction, especially happening like right after this really nice solar eclipse, my energy dropped a bit. And I don't like being the bearer of bad news, but life happens in cycles, right? If things were peachy all the time, it would get pretty boring. So 2 days after our solar eclipse, this new beginning, oh, I have this new opportunity, this new door is opening because I've been healing myself. Mars and Saturn come together, and to me, this feels like a hesitation. This feels like second guessing this new beginning. This feels like holding your horses. Mars represents our action and our drive, and Saturn represents limits and boundaries. So this feels almost like an emotional roadblock. It's in Pisces, it's an emotional roadblock. It's not your mind that's stopping you. It's some lingering emotional energy that might be stopping you from moving forward with this new moon solar eclipse intention. So if you find yourself being a negative Nancy around Wednesday the 10th, connect with your body. I'm saying this because the moon will be in Taurus that day, and it's forming a supportive sextile to this conjunction of Mars with Saturn. So the moon in Taurus wants to help you unlock these emotions that are causing this roadblock. So if you're feeling like a negative Nancy around the 10th, engage in mindful exercise. Go for a walk, feel your feet on the ground, feel your arms moving, feel your legs moving, connect in with the body. Practice a body scan. I feel like there is emotional wisdom within your body that day, specifically, that would benefit you if you're doubting yourself, if you feel that imposter syndrome creep in. Move your body to unlock the emotions, connect to your body, listen to it, pay attention to it, and let it speak to you and give you the answer about how to move on. Because the following day, Thursday, April 11th, which I'll talk about this when we're here on the 10th, we also have the sun coming conjunct with Mercury retrograde. This is happening at 22 degrees of Aries. So we have this solar eclipse, then we have some hesitation, but then the sun and Mercury retrograde come together. This is light bulb energy. Mercury is the mind, and the sun supercharges and shines its light. So April 11th, I feel an amplified stream of ideas. The missing piece may become known, unlocking a clue, something mental to help you get over that emotional block. I see Tam got kicked off. Maybe you weren't meant to hear that bit of information right then and there, which is exactly why I record these and I put them on my YouTube channel. Then we have a few days of solace, a few days of peace. On April 16th, Tuesday, April 16th, we have Mercury retrograde meeting back up with Chiron. I'll be talking about this on Insight Timer on the 17th. Mercury retrograde conjunct Chiron at 19 degrees of Aries. This is the same degree of the solar eclipse that happened on April 8th. This feels like the mind is catching up to the healing process. All month, and really since February, we've had a lot of North Node Chiron stuff going on since February. So it's like, for months, our soul has been healing. Our being has been rapidly evolving. And this conjunction of Mercury retrograde with Chiron at the same degree of the solar eclipse, this feels like it all makes sense mentally. You grasp a new level of understanding what this whole healing process is actually about. What day was that? That was on Tuesday the 16th. Then that Friday, April 19th, which I will also talk about on the 17th. I'm throwing so many numbers out at you guys. I really hope you're following. If not, just pause it on YouTube and replay, write everything down. On Friday, April 19th, two things are happening. We have the sun moving into Taurus, and then we have Mercury retrograde meeting up with Venus at 17 degrees of Aries. So the sun moving into Taurus on April 19th. This is where Aries season ends and Taurus season begins. The initiatory energy starts to subside, and we begin making plans for how we're going to sustain what we've started. So by all means, through the first 2.5 weeks of April, start things, do the thing, take the first step. Towards the end, on the 19th, that's when we can start making our practical plans. What tools and resources will we need to keep the ball rolling? Mercury retrograde, conjunct Venus that same day, helps with that because Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So Venus wants to give you the resources, the tools, the valuable items. And as Mercury retrograde meets up with her, there's another remembering of what you already have. This could be finding a tool that's been buried for some time. Oh, that's right. I remember I have that thing that I tucked away because I didn't think it was useful. But now I need to make my plans to figure out how to sustain this thing. There comes Mercury retrograde, conjunct Venus. Then on Saturday, April 20th, this is perhaps the biggest event of all of 2024. I'm talking about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that will happen at 21 degrees of Taurus. This, I will talk about this on Insight Timer on April 19th. If you can make one of my Insight Timer sessions all April, I would recommend it to be this one. I don't have anything planned right now for what I want to talk about, but I can just feel the magnitude of this conjunction. If you listen to any other astrologers, you know that they've been talking about it. This is a big deal. This happens about every 12 to 13 years, depending on the Jupiter cycle. The last time that we had this conjunction in Taurus, Jupiter-Uranus together in Taurus, this was in May of 1941. So just to give you a feel for how special and unique this conjunction is, exactly where it's happening. So Jupiter expands. Jupiter represents abundance and blessings. Uranus is the planet of like unexpected stuff, lightning bolt action, things coming out of left field, just like immediate left turns that take you to a completely different place. So in Taurus, Taurus is all about resources, finances, skills, having what we need, having things that are valuable to us. Taurus is also linked to the physical body. If you've been having any issues with your physical body, this could be a day that you have like a rapid recovery. Taurus is also linked to the food supply. I know there's been a lot of sketchy stuff going on with the food supply for some years, so this might be a day of unexpected blessings. That's just the key word for April 20th. This is something that's going to be building and building and building all month, and it's going to like dissipate for quite some time. So it's not on April 20th, your world's going to change. It's things that are starting to come around now. It's going to come to a head at April 20th. I'm a very positive-minded astrologer, so I see this just being wonderful, just being unexpected blessings, tangible, physical blessings, something that you've needed will be given to you, if you allow it, right? That's where we co-create with the universe. I can go off on a tangent, but we got to keep going. The day after that, Sunday, April 21st, I'll also make reference to this on the 19th when we talk about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. On Sunday the 21st, we have the Sun in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. This feels like pressure to investigate something, pressure to dig deeper into something, to go beyond the surface. There's something deeper to this. And that doesn't mean to find a negative intention. I feel like that's what comes when we dig into things. But this is just to gain a deeper understanding, to see the full picture. which coincides, so that's Sunday the 21st. Then on Tuesday the 23rd, I'll be talking about this on Monday the 22nd, we have a full moon at 4 degrees of Scorpio. So we're coming off of this Sun-Pluto square. Well, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. So as we're feeling this pressure to dig deeper into something, then we have this full moon culmination in Scorpio, the sign ruled by Pluto. So this also brings light to the Taurus-Scorpio axis. What's mine versus what's ours? What's shared, Scorpio, versus what's mine, Taurus? I don't want to give too many details about that. We have to see. I honestly, when it comes to these types of predictions, it's difficult for me because I feel into the energy so strongly. So I'll be able to give you guys much more of that on April 22nd. Then, we're almost done. We have 3 more aspects, and we'll get to some oracle cards. Hi, Bonnie. I saw you come in. I was in a flow. Then, on Thursday, the 25th, Mercury stations direct. Our Mercury retrograde is finally over. I'll talk about this on the 24th on Insight Timer. So on the 25th, Mercury stations direct. He'll be at 15 degrees of Aries at that point. And this is when clarity starts to become more apparent. Everything that we've experienced and learned throughout April will start to click. It'll start to make more sense. It'll start to settle in a little bit more. And that will linger until May 13th. That's as long as it's going to take Mercury to move through his whole shadow phase. So from April 25th until May 13th, that's when you'll start to be putting these pieces together. Then on the 29th, I'll be on Insight Timer on the 29th to talk about Venus moving into Taurus. And also Mars meeting up with Neptune at 28 degrees of Pisces. So Venus entering Taurus on Monday, April 29th. Venus loves being in Taurus. She's the ruler of Taurus. She wants to help us value what we have, use our tools and skills as valuable resources. Mars with Neptune at 28 degrees, that's the same degree where, if you remember, on April 3rd, Venus met up with Neptune. So now Mars meeting up with Neptune at 28 degrees of Pisces, and now that Mercury is direct and our mind is moving forward, Mars might call us to take action to finally let something go, to finally allow something to fall away. Lots of surrender this year, but it's timely. There's a perfect time to let things go. And the last thing I can overwhelm you guys with right now is on Tuesday, April 30th, Mars enters Aries. I'll talk about this on Monday the 29th. Mars enters Aries, motivated by the I am. Mars is the ruler of Aries. This brings warrior energy. This brings the energy of I act because I must. I have no other choice. And at this point, at the end of April, Venus and Mars will both be in their own signs. So here's the divine masculine, Mars, the divine feminine, Venus, totally exalted in their own signs. So as we finish this beautiful, transitional, wonderful, abundant month of April, it's like we'll be walking into May with just a more of a balance of our own masculine and feminine. So that's everything that I have to say about April. We'll come back on all those dates and dig deeper. I was trying really hard to just give you guys blanket statements, but I love giving details. I love giving extra stuff. Jennifer, that was a lot, I know. I know. Yes, this is being recorded. I did just double check. The recording is still going, so we're good. It's going to be on my YouTube channel later today, so you can just search my name on YouTube, or if you want to hop into my link tree, you can find a link to get to my YouTube there as well. Excuse me. That was for you guys. I let something go for you guys. April says, not overwhelmed, so grateful to know what is coming. Beautiful. That's a lot. Melinda, is that all? You're welcome, Nancy, Melinda. Michelle, gonna map this out from YouTube. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys like a heads up of what to come. And then we're now gonna use, I wanna use the Gateway of Light activation. And I wanna ask for 3 cards letting us know how we can make the most of April 2024. So there's a lot of energy there. Elizabeth, I have to stay timely with my flow today. That's why I record all these sessions and I put them on YouTube. And then I'll also be back on Monday the 8th to talk more about the eclipse. This is a group reading for all of us, so feel free to send your energy into this deck, asking how can we make the most out of April 2024. We get a whole month. As I shuffle, 3 cards will fall out of the deck for us. And the whole reading is for everyone, okay? The whole reading is important for everyone, equally important for everyone. However, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards and open yourself up to the magic of life, right? Life is as magical as you want to make it. If anything changes, consider it a sign. If anything in your body changes, if you burp, if you fart, if something itches, if you have a twitch, if you get hot, if your heart flutters, if you get a ringing in your ear, like literally anything, if anything changes. All 3 of those cards flew out. That was pretty cool. If anything changes when I show you the... We got 4 cards again, and I'm trying to rush today. The universe is trying to slow me down. Man. If anything changes, then that means that that message might have a little bit of more pull in your life. But if you feel absolutely nothing, your intuition's not broken. Just means that the whole reading is for you. Nicole, 4 cards, 4th month of the year. Daphne's doing Qigong training. Love that. Jackie knew it was number 4. So next week, no Jackie. No, I'll be here next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, April. All right, guys. I'm going to move this along a little bit because 4 cards came out and I have to honor that. There's a reason. Did you guys see it on the recording? They like flew, all of them. All right, how can we make the best, how can we make the most out of April 2024? Happy birthday, Michelle. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. The back of card number 3. And the back of card number 4. Let us know in the chat which cards may be resonating with you. Might be all, might be none, might be 1, 2, 3. Here's the back one more time of card number 1. Back of card number 2. Card number 3. Card number 4. How can we make the most of April 2024? we've got Mary Alice, 1, 2, 4, Tam 4, Becca all, Nicole 2, a crow sounded off on that one. Cool. Pav 4, Melissa 1, Bonnie 1, Patty 1, Lucy 3, K 2, Puppy 3, Open Eyes 4, close out the programs. Cool. Michelle 2 and 3, Lisa 3, Jennifer 3 and 4, Athena 2, 3, 4, Chantel all, Michelle all, Clow 3 and 4, Mimi 3, 4, Eleanor 2, 3, Christine all, Mimi 4 for me. You saw 4, 4, 4 at the beginning of the event, even though I thought how to translate to numbers 1 and 3. Melinda 1, 2, maybe 4, Lori all and especially 4, Tasha 1 and 3, Jolene 3, Lucy 1 and 4, Elizabeth bird flew on my window at 4, Michelle 2 and 3, Christine 1 and 3, Chills on 1, Darla on 3, Jess 2 and 4, April 2. How can we make the most out of April 2024? Card number 1 is the Divine Matrix. Interconnectedness, synchronicity, how do you even say this? God incidences, like coincidences, but God incidences. Everything is connected. Everything that was, is, and ever will be is connected by an invisible bond of energy, uniting every living being from the past, present, and even future. This isn't a new idea. Every great mystic through the ages has understood that everything is one, and now scientists are beginning to provide evidence for it. The best way to describe the connection is as a lattice or grid, a divine matrix. We're all points on this grid, and we're all connected through it. It links us to our ancestry and loved ones, aspects of ourselves, past, present, and future, and also the ancient and divine wisdom held in the quantum field of the universe. This card shows a giant stargate opening up to the universe and a piece of sacred geometry known as the flower of life. This is quite literally a two-dimensional image of the divine matrix, and the information held within it can help us begin to understand the inner and outer workings of this incredible universe. If you spend time with this image, you'll find multiple images within it, reminding us all that nothing is happening by chance, and that even when we can't fully comprehend it, there's a greater plan unfolding. You are in alignment with the oneness of life and the inner workings of the universe. You are part of something great. This means that you are greatness experiencing itself. Not one thing in your life has happened by chance. Even when you felt that things have been against you, a process has been unfolding, helping you understand your connectedness to all things. So there's no need to feel insignificant or lonely. It's also important to remember that the universe is always working in your favor and for your highest good. You may have felt lost, but know that nothing is ever lost, for we're all held in the heart of Source. And love is our connection to all things. I can't help but continue to think about all the Mercury retrograde energy through April with all this Chiron healing stuff. We're going to start to have a deeper understanding and understanding of how connected we all are. How connected our past selves are to our future selves. I don't remember the specific words in the card that made me think this, but I feel like April, because of what this card said, April is going to be one of those months that like it all starts to click into place. You finally start to realize the benefits that are coming from all of the work that you've been doing. It's like something, and it might be that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, something comes and you're like, oh my God, I've been working on this for years. This is finally what I've been looking for. It's finally here. Something is going to help us understand how everything is connected. Patty says, we walked in the rain yesterday and I told my husband that these are the same raindrops that rained upon people since the beginning of time. I've never sat with that, but that's so true. Everything is a cycle, right? It rains, it evaporates. It rains, it evaporates. Christine needed to hear this. I am greatness experiencing itself. Melissa loves this. Pav. Fiona feels it. Good morning, Somnia. All right. Card number 2. Oh, 100%, Christine. Every little thing's going to be all right. Every little thing is going to be better than all right. The luckiest day of the year isn't even happening until May, so it's going to get even better. We'll talk about that. Hold your horses. Hang out with me all through May so you can know what I'm talking about. Card number 2, how can we make the most of April 2024? I'm very particular with my words, the most. Card number 2 brings us the Stellar Gateway activation. Infinite potential, manifestation vortex. This card is special to me if you've been with me for a long time. At the end of 2022, I asked for all of us, what is our 2023 card? This was it. So this card played a big role for me all last year. I don't know if you guys utilized any of this energy, but it's coming back for April 2024. The Stellar Gateway is the highest of our chakras and is found about 12 to 24 feet, 3 to 6 meters above our head. It is the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. You don't say. Immediately after the divine matrix card, you don't say that this is what connects us to it. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation and the quantum field, and holds our life's potential, as it holds all the intentions that we set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space, and when we connect with it, we come into the alignment with all aspects of our soul's journey, including when we were part of the cosmos. This card transports us to a stargate that has a giant pyramid within it. Above the stargate, there are 3-dimensional images of Thoth, the former priest king of Atlantis, who was one of the ancient masters holding the secrets of the universe. This image is a reminder of our potential and of our ancient and starry connections. The pyramid is a symbol of rising power and how our soul has existed through lifetimes. The Stargate is a projection of our own stellar gateway. This card is therefore a reminder that all things are possible and that with the right alignment, we can draw the powers of heaven down to earth in order to create heaven upon earth. You are a master of manifestation. Every one of your thoughts, actions, non-actions, and choices is affecting the unfolding of your path. Realize that you have great potential and power within you, and through your focused awareness, you can draw on heavenly support to create the life of your wildest dreams. Know that all the energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway, and if they are aligned with the intentions your soul had before this incarnation, opportunities will come your way. It is important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time, and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. For if you can bring your wishes in this life together with pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with the highest heavens. So how can we make the most out of April 2024? Follow your birthright intuition. Follow the part of your soul that knows exactly what it is you want. I'm talking beyond material stuff. I'm talking beyond, this is the car I want, this is the house I want. What's your soul mission? What do you want what type of energy do you want for this whole existence? April 2024 is a real good time to start bringing that in, to start calling that in. And this coincides, it mentioned the divine matrix, this coincides also with I was saying how I feel like everything we've been working towards, all this self-healing that we've been doing, all this self-care, self-love that we've been trying to allow ourselves to do more of, everything that we've been working on is finally going to start paying off. So start calling it in. Start calling it in. Pav, I'm so moved. What an extraordinary card. Michelle says my jaw is on the floor. Greg, better late than never. Greg, I was thinking about you during this card. I called you in. I guess I called you in. Athena, so many connections with everything I've done in the last few days, to the last 6 months, to the last 18 months. Yvonne, this is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. Good morning, Rochelle. We are the key to our personal fulfillments. Yeah. Greg, we're about to read card number 3, but we got 4 cards from this today. How can we make the most out of April 2024? Card number 3 brings us the ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, boundaries. Divine Matrix also referenced the ancestral realm. Just saying. Just saying. You guys saw how animated these cards were when they flew out of the deck today. In every incarnation, we have been blessed to be a part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. Even though they may no longer be on the physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. None of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices, they had mistaken views, maybe many of their intentions were honorable, many were not. All of this is held within the ancestral lineage, as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear-based, and even harmful. Excuse me. All these karmic energies can hold us back. But when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to their ancestors' prayers. When this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. This card initiates healing on all levels. You don't say it with all that Chiron energy, huh? This card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so that you can rest. And look at her relaxing right now, getting all comfy so that you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness, and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult, or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart, keeping your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. So how can we make the most of April 2024? Hang out with your ancestral line, Go into meditation, connect with your ancestors. And even if you're like, Jacqui, I have no idea what you're talking about, how do I even do that? You can start with some family pattern that you see, right? We all have them. We all have things that we were taught when we were growing up. We might see it playing out in certain family members. I'll stop there. You can start with that energy and you can just be asked to be shown, right? You can ask to tap into the divine matrix, visualize this flower of life, visualize yourself in this portal, maybe even bring this image into your stellar gateway. Bring it all the way up here, right? What is that, 12 feet above your head? 12 to 24 feet above your head. Just feel yourself like going in. You're so powerful. You guys can do any type of reading, visualization, anything that you want. If you tell yourself you can't visualize things, then guess what? You can't. If you just try to connect, you'll connect. Everyone has the power. Everyone has the ability. You just got to get your mind out of the way. But maybe April is the time to start clearing some of these energies from back where they started. I know a lot of you guys have done a lot of inner child work with me. Take that same energy and just connect with an ancestor, connect with something a little bit deeper into your past, because it's all the same, it's all one. Fiona says, oh my God, I felt card 3 was for me. My mission in life is to decolonize the worldview of gender and sexuality. I believe I'm here to help change what's happened. Loving the affirmation from this card. Awesome, Fiona. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate your donation. Samantha says, nice, I asked for their help yesterday, and Athena did this morning. Pav, so much resonance. Jess, oof, the ointment for the wound is forgiveness. Yeah. Yep, 100%. Yvonne says, as you were reading card 1, which really, really resonated, I found a beautiful citrine crystal in a blue velvet bag. I open this drawer every day where I found it. Do not remember buying it, placing it there, but I found it exactly when I needed to. That's great. Oh my gosh, Lucy, don't even worry about it. Everything is divine. Everything happens for a reason. It's all good. All right, guys. Card number 4 from this deck, actually. I'll see how I feel after this. So this reading, I asked, how can we make the most out of April 2024? I've been doing this flow for years. We always pull 3 cards, and then we pull 1 for my second question. A 4th card flew out, so I have to read it. So card number 4 brings us the Thoth light codes. And this is the guy who is mentioned in the Stellar Gateway activation card, and I had full body chills and I was shaking as I read it, but I didn't want to spoil the surprise for you guys. And my second question, that I have a second deck, and we'll see how this card goes, but my second question was, whose guidance can we rely on through April 2024? And I wish I could screen share and show you guys my notes right now, so you know I'm not making this up, but I want to see what this card says, and then I'll see if we want to pull another one from another deck. Thank you so much for your donation, April. Very much appreciated. Jana, that's divine guidance. Christine, wow, yes. Oh yeah, he's on the top of this card. Here he is. I didn't even notice that. Cool. All right. Can you type his name in the chat? Thoth, Thoth. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, divine magic. Thoth, pronounced Thoth, is also known as Tahuti. He's the ancient Egyptian ibis-headed god of writing, divine magic, and the moon. You don't say during eclipse season. Acknowledged as the sacred scribe who created writing, he is considered to be the great mind behind the hieroglyphics and the maintainer of the Egyptian universe. It is said he was the priest king of Atlantis and was dedicated to leading the Atlantean people in a loving way that was firm but fair. However, no matter how hard he tried to direct them, many of them didn't obey the spiritual laws of the universe, which inevitably led to the end of their civilization. This gateway takes you to a unique space where you can connect with the energetic frequency that Thoth carries. As a master teacher of the stars, he holds space for you to connect with some of your greatest gifts from this lifetime and the many others you've lived. Thoth's primary teaching is spiritual integrity, and he's working alongside a powerful congregation of evolved souls, the Ascended Atlanteans, to guide those who are ready to increase their awareness. He specializes in helping those who are finding it difficult to make spiritual progress to rise above the aspects of their life that are holding them back, and he helps awaken the teacher within. You are blessed to connect with Thoth. You are going through a powerful set of light initiations at this time, and these are preparing you to lead and teach from a powerful space of love. In order to complete the process, there will be a release of old ideas and limiting stories, but this is necessary for you to connect with the true power within you. Don't be concerned by the intensity of the energies that surround you right now. Facing shadow parts of yourself and your story is essential for connecting with divine magic, and evolved beings of light are there to lead the way. If you have any concerns or fears at this time, know that when fear gets loud, it's because you're on the cusp of something extremely powerful. Your readings are the magic of today. So grateful. Hey, me too. It's not just me here, you know? We do live in a divine matrix, and y'all are here right now. Whether you're live or replay, it's all energy. Time, space is all made up. We make it up to help us understand this 3D world. We're all connected, right? We all did this. Yeah, this is really whose guidance can we rely on is Thoth. He just wants you to maintain spiritual integrity. There's so much, my goodness, even with like, I don't want to go there. A lot of people can be pretty soft nowadays. A lot of people can be very, oh my gosh, I can't believe you have that opinion, right? It's very, very prevalent nowadays. And if we get caught up in, oh my God, here's the South Node Libra stuff. Here's this Libra, Andrea, go there. Letting go of people pleasing. That's the path that we're on from July 2023 to January 2025. We're here to move into Aries I am, this is what I believe, and we're here to stop tiptoeing around what might upset other people. So I'm bringing this up because Thoth is talking about spiritual integrity. Are you acting from a place of integrity? Are you acting from a place of doing what you know is right, even though someone else might be offended by something, but like you know that that's not your problem because you're not doing it with the intent to offend? And like it goes both ways. If you're offended by something that someone does, like that's your problem. That's for you to figure out what is being blocked inside of you. Whose guidance can we rely on, and how can we make the most out of April 2024? Connect with your ancestors to dissolve patterns, ancestral patterns that might not be relevant in today's day and age anymore, whatever that means to you. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about what other people are preaching or healing or like what agenda they're going for. You do what you know is right, because we're all unique spiritual beings, right? We're all unique puzzle pieces, super strong ringing. We're all unique puzzle pieces that are here to complete a beautiful puzzle. And if you keep doing what that other person is doing, you're going to lose the integrity of the puzzle. You're here to do your thing. You can ask for guidance from your stellar gateway. You can connect into the divine matrix to like get your plan. I feel like this is where the blueprint comes from. And then this is where the plans are downloaded. Yeah. That's great. Spiritual integrity. Sorry, I had a brain fart. I am going to pull one more card because I want to. Because I have an idea of what might happen and we'll see. But let me see what you guys are talking about. Wonderful grouping of cards. Yes, yes, yes. Samia, thank you so much for your donation. John, I can't make this stuff up. Lucy sees thought when she has a Reiki treatment. Don't feel like another card is needed. Well, I'm going to pull one. If you want to leave, you can leave. Mimi, this resonates so much. I was reading yesterday about our gifts and purposes in the human design charts. Yeah, that's why I use astrology. I've dipped my toe into the human design. I've actually dipped like up to my knees into the human design. It helps. It's blueprints. I call those blueprints. Athena, this is why we love you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Pav, thank you for articulating this, as I can only sense some of it, but not articulate it. Oh, you're welcome. I'm here to provoke. I'm learning. Human design. I'm here to provoke. Becca, my pharmacist's last name is Toth, and he has a very strong character. Cool. So, I know we got... Okay, but like, this is his light codes, you know? Like, this isn't his guidance. So I do want to ask the Divine Masters Oracle, whose guidance can we rely on during April 2024? Tam says you definitely need the replay. Yeah, I know today was a lot. And you know, I'm actually probably going to put it in my to-do list to watch this at the end of April, just to recap. Because that's something that I want to do more of, relishing, reminiscing. Thank you, Jana, so much. I appreciate your donation. Kay came in late. How can I watch the replay? You can search my name on YouTube. Or, I'll give my speech in a second. Feel free to send your energy into this deck. Whose guidance can we rely on during April of 2024? If you guys have been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated. I know that there's a lot of opinions in the peanut gallery about what's happening with Apple taking 30% commission. Do what you want. I'm not going to tell you guys how you can support me. That's all up to you. If you need an alternate donation space, in my link tree, which is in my Insight Timer bio, I have a link to a PayPal donation page. So there's another option for you guys if you'd like. If you haven't followed me yet on Insight Timer, please consider giving me a follow so you can see when my classes are posted. I go live most Monday, Wednesday, Friday, depending on what's going on in the sky. I follow the astrology, and I'm always here at 8:15 Central Time. And then I do put these replays on my YouTube channel. Whose guidance can we rely on during April 2024? Whose guidance? You can get to my YouTube channel by searching my name. I have a rather unique name, easy to find. Or you can go into my Insight Timer profile, go to the About section. There's one link in there. That's my link tree. And that's where you can find all my stuff. Oh, I just released my Aries Embody Astrology course. This is what Aries energy is. So it's in 2 places-ish right now. There's an audio version about to be on Insight Timer. If you're on my email list, I sent you the link. You can use that link to listen to it, I think. It's also in our spiritual community. The group I have on Insight Timer, the link is in there. If you search for it on Insight Timer, it's not going to show up yet because I've had to make a few adjustments. I've resubmitted this course like 3 times already. So it's about to be up on Insight Timer. However, the video version, where you get some bonuses, you get ecstatic dance, you get a video slide presentation about Aries energy, and you get my blooper reel, which is the best. That's available on my Patreon page. So all those links are in my link tree. If you want to learn more about how to embody Aries energy into your life as the sun is moving through Aries. It's kind of been like a hit show in my life right now. But my plan is to release one course every season so that you guys can follow the sun as it transits through the sky this year. Awesome, Lucy. She did the Aries course already, accessed it through your link in the group. Thank you. Okay. So, oh wow. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to pull this extra card just to see if Thoth came up again. Surprise he didn't. But I'm asking, whose guidance can we rely on during April 2024? And the card that came out was Michael and Faith. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who these people are. I mean, like Archangel Michael, sure, but I don't know like the duality aspect of this. But if you guys remember, the last thing I said about April 2024, at the end of April, Venus will be in her own sign of Taurus, Divine Feminine. Sorry, there's a dog hair in my mouth. And Mars will be in his own sign of Aries, Divine Masculine. So let's see what this card has to say. Whose guidance can we rely on during April 2024? Spiritual calling, divine protection, breakthrough moment. Archangel Michael is one of the best known and most trusted angels across the cosmos. He is the leader of God's protective legion of angels and works tirelessly to guard all those who call on him for protection from lower vibrational forces and negativity. Excuse me. Archangel Faith is his twin flame. As her name suggests, this powerful feminine archangel helps us move into a deeper state of faith and trust, both in our higher power and in the goodness that runs through humanity itself. Both of these angelic beings can create a powerful force field around you so that you can feel safe to be yourself, Aries, and maybe reveal some of the tender aspects of yourself and your spiritual talents. For the most part, Michael and Faith are with every light worker that walks the planet, and just by thinking of them, we invoke their protection. The universe needs you. Where you are now is where you are most needed. Consider yourself strategically placed. Even if where you are is less than ideal, know that there is an opportunity there to align with purpose and meaning. If you are experiencing a dark cloud of uncertainty or fear, call in Michael or Faith to light the way. If you've been asking to be shown your life purpose, know that where you are right now and what you are facing will help you be of greater service. Your life is destined to be aligned to spirituality and higher purpose. And this particular challenge is actually the moment when you break through into a greater understanding of who you truly are and why you are here at this specific time. So whose guidance can we rely on during April 2024? It's Michael and Faith. It's divine protection. I feel like this is just that, like, look at that golden bubble around him. And I know Michael's all about the blue light. You can call that in and invoke that if that's what you need to feel okay being yourself, especially as we go through this solar eclipse in Aries. This is a whole new beginning of who I am. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. With Chiron there, healing a part of you. And if that part of you is something that you've inherited through your ancestral realm, it might be time to clear that out. Thank you so much, Crystal, for your donation. Greg says, this card feels so sweet and loving. Amanda May needed this one. Wowza, Lucy, amazing card. Oh, Tasha, this card brought you to tears. Oh. Greg, what's the part about where you're at right now? You're meant to be exactly where you are because there's a purpose for you to serve. exactly where you are right now. Michelle says, Jacqui, thank you so much for these beautiful messages. What a fantastic birthday gift. I'm thankful to be here for another trip around the sun and for another chance at life every day. Happy birthday, Michelle. Jess, this is so powerful. It's my first time here and it's been fantastic. Welcome. Well, feel free to come back. Next week I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to start talking about Mercury retrograde on Monday. Wednesday we're talking about Venus conjunct Neptune. And then on Friday, Venus moving into Aries. So 8:15 Central Time in the morning. Morning now. Pav says, Tasha, you're in the same boat. Suzanne, I felt my body take a deep sigh, relax as you read that. Awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for hanging out with these extra 10 minutes. I always appreciate your energy, your exchanges, your thoughts, your sharing, everything. Just being here. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Tam, Lori. Thank you so much, Trish, for your donation. Sending love to all. Namaste. I hope that video was just as insightful for you as it was for all of us. Darla and I really appreciate you being here with me. Thank you for liking this video, sharing it with a friend who you think would benefit, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, drop a comment and let us know what you got from this video. What was your biggest insight or takeaway? If you want to see what else I'm working on, click on my link tree. It's right underneath this YouTube video. We'll see you next time. Take care.